Hello friends, welcome to Whispers of the Dark, where hidden truths emerge from the shadows. I'm Seraphina Noir, your guide through the untold. Tonight, we turn our attention to Minneapolis, Minnesota. On August 27, 2025, the day was ordinary in every way imaginable, or so it seemed. It was the first day of school, and the morning air was crisp with the promise of autumn. At the Annunciation Catholic School, nestled in the heart of Minneapolis, a sense of community pervaded. Students, teachers, and parents were all there, united by faith and the excitement of a new academic year. They were preparing to start the year right with the annual back-to-school mass at 8 a.m. in the church next to the school. What was meant to be a solemn religious service would soon become the scene of a terrifying tragedy. As the congregation assembled, they had no inkling of the nightmare that was about to unfold. Imagine the scene. The quiet hum of conversation slowly fading into hushed reverence as the assembly began. Suddenly, the tranquility was shattered by a commotion from outside. An unruly man had entered the church and was causing a disturbance. People looked towards the source of the disruption, unsure of what was transpiring. Then a single gunshot echoed through the sanctuary, followed by another, and then more. Panic surged through the crowd. Parents shielded their children, clutching them close as they desperately sought an explanation for the chaos. Amidst the unfolding horror, a chilling realization dawned on many. This was no ordinary man. His eyes held a disturbing intensity, his demeanor, a chilling combination of menace and desperation. He was armed with 2 handguns and seemed ready to unleash their deadly contents on anyone who crossed his path. Amidst the escalating pandemonium, he fired several more shots, adding to the growing body count and deepening the mysteries surrounding his motives. As if the unfolding scene wasn't terrifying enough, the gunman uttered cryptic phrases that only served to heighten the confusion and fear. "I have to kill him," he exclaimed, referring to someone who wasn't present. His words, though fragmented and disjointed, painted a picture of a tormented mind consumed by a dark purpose. As the gunman moved through the sanctuary, firing indiscriminately, his face contorted in a mixture of anger and despair. Each shot he took seemed to send another ripple of terror through the congregation, leaving everyone wondering who this man was and why he had chosen this place and this moment to carry out his horrifying rampage. Authorities swiftly responded to the emergency calls flooding in from the school, but by the time they arrived at the church, the situation had already taken a tragic turn. The gunman had claimed his victims, leaving a scar on the community that would never fade. In the aftermath, the identity of the perpetrator emerged, shedding some light on this perplexing crime. The man behind the shooting spree was none other than Robin Westman, a former student of the very school he had attacked. The news sent shockwaves through the community, raising more questions than it answered. What could have driven him to such an extreme act of violence? And how did his past as a student here play into his sinister plan? These questions hung heavy in the air, demanding answers. Westman, now deceased, had once been a part of the very community he had targeted, making his actions even more perplexing and disheartening. Among the victims were 2 young souls who didn't stand a chance against the onslaught of bullets. A 7-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy lost their lives, their time on earth cut tragically short. In addition to these young victims, another 15 people were wounded, their bodies bearing the silent testimony to the trauma they endured. The pain ran deep, affecting not just the victims but the entire community. Parents wept, clutching their unharmed children close, their faces pale with shock and grief. Teachers consoled sobbing students, their voices trembling as they tried to make sense of the senseless. One aspect that stood out was the fact that Westman was known to the school authorities. He had previously taught there, although he had taken a leave in 2023, the reason for which remains unclear. Could there have been warning signs that went unnoticed? Could his colleagues or superiors have seen something that indicated the darkness that was brewing within him? These questions echoed in the minds of many as they grappled with the tragedy. Further investigations revealed a disturbing pattern in Westman's behavior. He had left behind a trail of writings and unsettling online posts that hinted at a disturbed psyche. Some of these writings spoke of past tragedies, implying that Westman might have harbored resentment or obsession with past incidents. It was as if he wanted the world to remember him in his own horrific way. But what was his true motive for this heinous act? That remains a perplexing question. While the writings suggested a desire for notoriety, a need to be remembered for all the wrong reasons, nothing concrete has emerged to confirm this or any other motive. the puzzle of his intent remains unsolved. Adding to the complexity of this tragic case, the incident left many questioning the security measures in place. How could someone cause such havoc without stricter protocols in place? However, it was noted that the church doors were locked during the service, which may have limited the extent of casualties. This detail, often overlooked, became a point of discussion, raising questions about the effectiveness of such measures. Had the doors remained unlocked, the death toll could have been higher. In the days following the shooting, Minneapolis came together in the face of adversity. Vigils were held, candles were lit, and prayers were offered. The community mourned the loss of innocence, the loss of life, and the loss of security they once felt. Leaders from various backgrounds set aside their differences, uniting in their message of peace and mourning. It was a powerful display of unity and resilience in the darkest of hours. As the sun rose on September 1, 2025, the search for answers continued. Despite the tragedy, authorities pressed on with the investigation. Forensics teams combed through the crime scene, seeking every possible clue to understand Westman's motives and actions. Interviews were conducted with those who knew him, trying to piece together the fragments of his troubled mind. Every lead was followed, every detail examined, all in an effort to shed light on the darkness that had descended upon their city. It was during these grim investigations that a lesser-known aspect of the event came to light. The heroic actions of the school staff played a crucial role in minimizing the damage caused by the gunman. When the chaos erupted, teachers and administrators acted swiftly and courageously, guiding students to safety and away from the line of fire. Their quick reactions undoubtedly saved lives, shielding the innocents from the horrors of that day. Yet their heroism was overshadowed by the tragedy. A silent tribute to their bravery. Calls for change echoed through the city as people demanded stricter security measures in places of worship and schools. The incident at Annunciation Catholic School raised a significant question about vulnerability in safe havens. Many wondered why such a tragedy could unfold in a place that was supposed to be a sanctuary, and how such places could better protect those seeking solace within their walls. Throughout the ordeal, the community stood in solidarity, united in their grief and determination to move forward. Community forums were organized, bringing together residents, religious leaders, and officials to discuss ways to heal and prevent such tragedies. It was a testament to the strength of the community that even in the face of such profound sorrow, they came together to find ways to move forward. As of September 1, 2025, the investigation is still underway, meaning the road to justice is still long and arduous. However, the determination of the investigators remains steadfast. They are committed to exploring every lead, no matter how small, and to leaving no stone unturned in their pursuit of the truth. No detail is too insignificant, no lead is too tenuous to be ignored. The urgency is clear. Justice for the victims and closure for the grieving community must be found. The investigators worked tirelessly, driven by a shared sense of duty and empathy. They owe it to the victims, to the community, and to themselves to uncover every last piece of the puzzle. But the impact of this tragedy goes beyond the immediate investigation. It has raised broader questions about mental health, access to counseling, and the warning signs that can often go unnoticed. The community is coming together to address these issues, striving to create a support system that can help those who are struggling. And yet, despite the darkness that has fallen over Minneapolis, there are glimmers of hope. The strength shown by the community, the unity displayed by the residents, and the tireless work of the investigators offer a beacon of light in these dark times. They serve as a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, the human spirit can endure, and the pursuit of justice and healing can continue. As the investigation progresses, one fact remains clear. The incident at Annunciation Catholic School is more than just a case. It is a tragedy that has shaken a community to its core. It is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of unity in the face of adversity. So, as the sun sets on September 1, 2025, the search for answers continues. But with it, the determination to honor the victims, to learn from the tragedy, and to build a stronger, more resilient community for the future. That concludes our tale for tonight. Thank you for joining me in exploring this harrowing event. If you found this story compelling, please show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement means the world to us. Before we part ways, remember to hit the bell icon to stay informed about our latest episodes. From all of us here, stay safe, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode.